3-2-1 fuck does seem like a good place to start for this.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. If you guys remember me, you probably saw the High School Musical videos I did. These are my friends. This is David, Bradley, Roxy, and Jason, and I'm Colin. And before you ask, no, I don't know when the Chorpening video is coming out. Stuff's been busy, but we're going to talk about Riverdale today.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's the sensation that's been sweeping the nation. It's been getting a lot of good reviews. We're 3 episodes in, and
we don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Oh,
I
So
would
many
have-
problems.
Which nation do you think it's sweeping?
Croatia? Or no, wait, Molossia, the micronation that's in Nevada.
I was gonna say like Georgia.
I don't know.
I mean,
Well,
that's an actual. I know people from there. I respect them more than that.
my cousin
That's
lives
fair.
in Georgia. Oh wait, you're talking about European Georgia.
Yes, I was.
The country.
Okay,
Georgia.
so, yeah, we apologize if you're fans of Riverdale, but I think it's a piece of shit, and I'd like to express that because good fucking god, this show does things to me. And I want to... We would like to talk.
It's funny to watch the things it does to him.
Yeah. I would normally agree, but it's doing that to me too.
Yeah,
It's doing things to me as well.
Yeah,
It's not
so,
a good thing.
we went 3 episodes in before deciding to commit to this, so, let's talk about, the first 3 episodes. Shall we start from the beginning, at the pilot, at the precipice of the rabbit hole?
Yeah. Let's
Let's
a
start
good
with
enough
the
place to
pilot.
start.
So, does anyone else want to start? I don't want to monopolize it. I can sum up my thoughts succinctly before you guys take it away.
You know what? Sure, why not?
Okay,
Why not?
well, here's my 1-sentence recap of this episode, and really Riverdale as a whole. All these characters are reprehensible fucks! Ugh! I hate them all!
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But let's go through the cast list just so we know, just so everybody at home knows what we're talking about.
Did you read the Archie comics?
I read some of them.
Okay.
Like, in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Oh, you're more of an expert than me then.
Like I used to read them when they had the like double digests that you'd pick up at the supermarket, and these were like 50s nostalgia bait comics. You have the guy who's pleasantly stoned all the time because you never see him smoking or anything, but he's eating all the time.
This is Jughead?
This is Jughead, yes.
Okay, yeah, this is
Yeah,
definitely a bit of a departure here.
Yeah, then you have the, classical good-looking redhead,
Wait, Archie was considered good-looking?
good-looking enough to have 2 girls fighting over his affections all the time.
Okay then.
I mean, at the very least, that's still true, although with those eyebrows, I can't see it for this version of Archie.
You okay, Bradley?
Oh, this is bad.
Yeah, so, I guess they kind of resurrect the love triangle here, but, Archie's an asshole, and will not straight up say, and what was that bullshit he was saying at the end of the first episode of, like, he won't say that he's not interested, but he does this, like, weird soap operatic stringing her along?
Yeah, so this is after he's taken Betty and Veronica at their prompting to the prom spring form or something like that.
Something like that.
And Betty's actually confronted him about, I love you, do you love me? And he says,
Of course I love you, but I can't give you the answer you want. It's like, you just did. But then you retracted it because you're an asshole.
You said you're my best friend, I love you, not I am romantically interested in you as...
And this is high school where
And Oh, yeah, first, you go
This
first.
is high school where you need to be very specific, because lots of things can get lost in translation.
And there's definitely a lot of stuff lost in translation in this show.
Like plot.
Like
Oh.
it's like
Yep.
plot, and it desecrates a lot of things that made very appealing for readers who liked Archie.
Yeah, like this was, you know, nice simple love triangles. It's, you know, Archie and Betty and Veronica. It's supposed to be this nice simple dichotomy of, you know, the rich girl who's still somehow who's a little spacey, a little out there, and the poor girl who's down to earth and grounded and gets good grades because she has to work for it because she knows that's, you know, what's going to make her life better in the long run. And this is not reflected in Riverdale.
No, we have to deconstruct everything. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing we should probably talk about is right from the very start of this, we hear Archie, but he's doing a narration, talking over the events, and trying to be what seemed like as ominous as possible.
No, it's Jughead.
Yeah, it's
who's
Jughead.
doing it.
Oh, it's Jughead. Oh,
Yeah.
right, sorry,
Well,
I
yeah,
just did the voice.
Because Jughead's the one who's writing the book. So of course Jughead would be the narrator.
yeah, and he has like the most purple prose you can. Like I'm guessing he's aiming for a young adult novel because he's writing it like a young adult novel.
Well, he doesn't really hang out with anyone except Archie.
Yeah, wearing that hat, I can't
I
blame
remember
him.
you were having difficulties with that hat.
Oh my god, that fucking hat. It's
For,
like
for those of you who haven't seen it, it's basically a beanie that's folded back up on itself and cut into spikes that stick out.
it's like it's like a hipster's gesture hat.
That's not a bad description.
That fit's a little bit better than I
I
expected.
mean,
Like the
I
original hat
can
is.
see Jughead being a member of the Motley.
That's,
Like
yeah.
like the band, the epic metal band.
No.
Oh,
No.
I have no idea
I
what
guess
you're...
we should also say that they've made this series into a mystery.
Ah yes, a murder mystery.
Murder mystery.
Good.
Yes.
Where they establish it as a disappearance mystery, and then and we kind of assume he's dead, but then we confirm it at the end of the first episode when the gay best friend for Betty trips over him.
Christ, the gay best friend. Jesus.
And the person that we're talking about of the dead body is the twin brother of.
The
We're
cheer,
talking
the
about
cheer
Jason
captain.
Blossom,
Yes.
the twin brother of Cheryl Blossom.
Oh.
Can we just talk about the obvious twincest going on there?
Yeah, it's like they took. It's like they said, we want to make Archie a little like Game of Thrones, and they didn't quite know when to stop.
Does that make Jughead the Crow?
Let's insert some
God damn it.
Lannister into every single family.
Oh Jesus
Yes.
Christ! Like they are all
Every single family.
manipulative.
Controlling.
Yeah, like ideally in a series, we should have characters that we like or can connect to. There's no one here I connect to. Like, we've got like Betty's mom, who's like this controlling.
If you've seen a series of unfortunate events, she is a slightly toned down version of the newspaper editor lady. And I say slightly because she's just a little less overt about it than the creepy newspaper lady.
That's a better comparison than I was gonna make. I actually don't want to say mine because I feel awful thinking about it. Or if I piqued your curiosity.
And we also
Oh,
find
you-
out,
you
and
piqued
we
my
also find out that
curiosity.
she's an alcoholic as well.
Yeah, basically the comparison I was gonna make is she's like the stereotypical Asian mom, but with a dose of, I want to say Baby Jane.
I would say with a dose of helicopter parent.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant, but like, no, not Baby Jane, Mother Gothel, like, Mother knows
Oh,
best.
God.
Listen to
Yeah.
That fits.
By the way, apologies to all Asian parents. Just,
This is why we say it's stereotypical, because we know
Yeah.
that's not an accurate reflection of anybody.
yeah.
But it's
Mhm.
it's
It's like, you You have to
It's
be,
useful for the description.
You have to be the perfect daughter. You have to get your shit together. Don't hang out with those hoodlums and stuff like that. Except
And hooligans and cheer captains
Get
and
good
what the
grades,
hell.
go to good college, marry the
Yeah.
right man in your life, and
yeah, which I mean, I guess if we're talking, I guess it's a nice contrast for Veronica, who seems to have a decently cool mom. Actually, what is there to say about Veronica?
other than
Basically that she is her entire character is trying not to be the entitled bitch that she knows she was.
So that could make for good drama somewhere. I feel like,
But it doesn't.
yeah.
Yet she
She-
also keeps spouting off quite a bit of pop culture references.
And,
Oh, God.
and a lot about books. I mean, if she's supposed to be trying to overcome her, Miss Popularity title from New York, she's very, very well read.
I guess. Well,
You'll also notice the pop culture things that keep spouting off are from are from the decade before these kids were even born.
the 90s?
Yeah, like all
Okay.
of their pop culture puns and references are very like 80s, 90s, things that we grew up with, things that we'd recognize, and I keep expecting somebody in this show to say, who?
Yeah, I guess, but we gonna get to Archie? We gonna
Oh,
we
boy.
gonna touch on Archie?
Yeah.
Which should we talk about? Many of the numerous other things, or the fact that he's fucking his music teacher. What the
Yeah.
shit? Like, okay, yes, that happens. I knew someone who was kind of sleeping with my physics teacher in high school, but I mean,
And this
This
isn't like
feels
this
different.
Yeah, this isn't like the Mrs. Badge Crumble that Eddie Izzard talks about, who's been there for decades and decades. This is like she may have gotten her teacher's credential barely, but like this is her first job.
Why did they include the music teacher romance subplot? It's like, it's like, what we could use to cut the tension? More tension. And so we have tension on top of our tension on top of our tension. And all of a sudden our tendons are stretched so thin that we can basically step and snap our Achilles heel.
Or set ourselves on fire with
to
the
add more
friction.
tension, they happened to be there the night, or the morning of when they heard the gunshot or / mystery of said Jason Blossom.
And of course they can't approach the police about this because, instant expulsion, suspension, and firing.
She's keeping his notes sharp is basically the thing.
Yes, indeed.
I do not apologize for that.
Yeah, so somehow the source material sticks to its love triangle. So far, they're up to like 5 different points on this thing.
Oh geez.
Because we've not only got Betty and Veronica, we've got the music teacher, which Archie's trying to be exclusive to, and somehow
Oh my god.
making a mess of that. But then we've also got the murdered boy's sister, who, since she and her brother are also redheads, seems to have latched onto Archie as the surrogate for her twincest.
Oh.
Because it
This hurts.
I know.
reminds her of
You know-
her brother. Because
Yeah.
they're both redheads.
Oh man, I think she's been reading. No, even Freud didn't go this far. Oh, so does that basically cover everything about the first episode?
Josie and the Pussycats.
All right.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Don't look at my ears, it's rude.
Why do you look at the fucking ears? It's rude to look at the ears.
For Christ's sake, we live like I live a few blocks away from where Phantom is held. I mean, there's ears all over the place.
Yeah, these aren't even interesting ears. These are like wireframe ears.
Why don't you? Is it a breast metaphor?
Boy, I hope not.
Because that's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you might as well go topless to all your shows.
That might give me more reasons to watch Riverdale.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Roxy. You've
Oh.
been remarkably quiet. Would you like to chime in?
No,
Okay.
okay.
Well, actually,
Come on, Roxy. This is mostly your fault.
Yeah,
partially your fault.
partially is your fault.
But
I
mostly
mean,
mine.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but then I come in here one day and I make a seemingly random, reference to the show, and Colin here just kind of leans across the table and goes, "Oh, tell me more."
Like, okay, I
And-
want. Yeah, keep going.
And then Bradley just kind of looks at me and just face palms.
I knew where this was going. Keep in mind, that's the guy who is promised to go review, what was it, Sharpay's?
Fabulous adventure.
Yeah, that's the. There was once you mentioned Riverdale, there was almost no way this wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah. By the way, like I watch all the DC CW shows, and they marketed the shit out of this, and it's like the new hit thing is like Riverdale. Even on my car radio, it's like still promoting Riverdale. I'm like, I gotta know what's going on, and then I took a look, and I brought all these guys along with me. Well, okay, she watched it beforehand. But aren't you guys so happy with me that I brought you along for this ride?
I will have my vengeance upon you.
But Bradley, if a lot of people love each other,
This is not
the
making
world-
this better.
The world will be a better place.
Let's.
Tommy Wiseau just makes this worse. Don't do it.
Okay, we get it. Back to.
So for Jughead doing the narration, I wouldn't mind this so much if like they stuck Jughead in Pop's Diner and that's the only place he showed up. Like he could talk to everybody, do therapy there, sit there writing his book all the time. I wouldn't have cared. I would have liked that. It's
Sounds like
kind of,
Wilson from Home Improvement.
sort of, but like he's also narrating, so he's
Yeah.
obviously getting this information. He's finding he's speaking from the future, obviously, so he can make these cryptic hints all over the place, like at every commercial break. And I wouldn't have minded that, because it would be it would be a good place for the audience to sit, to be at the diner with Jughead observing. That we could appreciate, but they're making us follow everyone around, and Jughead's no exception.
Yeah, I know. We'll be getting to him in the next few episodes. So shall we go to episode 2, or is there Bradley? You wanted to say something about episode 1?
Well, look, we were talking about Cheryl a little more.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be the redheaded twin.
Yes, yes indeed. So, first of all, the introductions, paint her as the person whose brother is missing, and what was it that one of the characters said about her, that she's milking the attention for all it's worth at the beginning in that first episode?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, this is really where that Game of Thrones reference comes into play, because it certainly seems like she's doing everything she can to maintain whatever semblance of social power or illusion she has there.
I mean, I never went to, nobody I went to school with went missing. I had a lot of people in high school that died, but I don't know any of them, any of the siblings or friends that acted like this shit. Like, this is cartoonish. This is like telenovela think that this is restrained.
This
Or
feels like
restrained in comparison.
Yeah, like every time you see this girl, it's like you feel like she killed her brother just so she could get more attention.
And she always has this, oh my god, attitude.
Not to mention the actual use of hashtag in dialogue.
Yeah,
Sorry, I think I just had a stroke. Just, Hashtag Riverdale strong. Hashtag fuck off.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, like I said, this does things to me.
It's probably good to point out that this is what we're saying after we've had time to think of it. A lot of times when this happens on screen, we just sort of stare in disbelief for a while. Our facial expressions are sometimes good enough to get other people to laugh.
You know, the funny thing is, I was morbidly excited after the first episode. Now I'm questioning my life choices.
And now you
we-
cannot stop.
No,
Yeah,
I can't.
I'm questioning your life choices too, but I'm here doing this also, so.
Yep, you're in the same boat. I mean, unlike our other boat that has no pants, but that's a story for another time.
Oh boy.
Oh,